Last 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, masters. Whenever you are ready, please open your hands and place on your eyes. Thank you all, masters, for this beautiful meditation. Welcome all of you. Thanks to our Guru, Brahmachi Pitamaha Patriji. Thanks to our Guru, Master Tarkam Saradarian. Thanks to all the masters for helping us with all the wisdom. And thanks all of you masters for joining all these sessions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So welcome to the 25th day of Karma Consciousness, Season 2. Masters, let me share my screen. Okay, masters. The soul and its vehicles. So we are discussing about all our journey and how we have to purify our different bodies, right? So vehicle is nothing but our bodies. So whatever the bodies we are having, whatever the bodies we are carrying, so all of them are nothing but our own vehicles. So when we are reincarnating means it's not just we getting reincarnated, our bodies as well. So yesterday we have discussed, right? So how we are creating our bodies, how devas are helping us, right? Depending upon the permanent atoms, whatever we have accumulated, everything will be saved in the permanent atoms, and based on that, our bodies will be restored as per the previous stage. So these bodies are nothing but our own vehicles. So we incarnate through these etheric, astral, mental, permanent atoms. Okay, and it is our own responsibility to train these bodies, these vehicles, because these are all there to help us. So these are all helping us with our experiences, with our expressions, with our evolution. So without these bodies, we will not be able to gain any experience. We will not be able to evolve. We will not be able to experience, right? So it is our own responsibility to train them properly. If we don't train them, we become, or we think that we are the bodies, because they take control over us. So we have to train them. We have to nourish them properly in a righteous way. So if our bodies are not listening to us, or we are under their control, means we haven't trained them properly. We have given our control to them. So we cannot blame these vehicles, these bodies. They are all there at our service. So we should be a master of them. So that is our own responsibility. So it is our own responsibility to train ourselves to be in the righteous actions, righteous thinking, righteous feelings, each and every moment. So that is how we liberate ourselves. When we transform, when we transcend all these different layers of these bodies, that is when we evolve, we grow towards our highest destiny, towards our divinity. So our solar angel is always there to guide us. So only it is our own effort, our own spiritual practices that make us to go to that particular direction. So all the merits and demerits are recorded in the permanent items. So we have to pay the respective taxes, means karma. So what kind of karma we are creating with each of our bodies, we have to pay back. That is nothing but paying our taxes. So the human soul is also responsible for his thoughts, emotions, and actions, as we already learned all these points, right? So we cannot take these things lightly, masters. So each and everything is very, very important. So the more a human soul is formed, the more responsibility he will have for the actions of his all vehicles. So as we keep evolving, we become more and more responsible, and the responsibility also will increase, as we already learned, right? So when we are attaining some next level of evolution, next level of enlightenment, next level of awareness, it is not the state that we need to just enjoy. It is a state of responsibility. Now the responsibility levels increased. With more awareness, with more consciousness, our responsibility also will be increased. We cannot behave in a silly way. Yeah. So it is true that for a long time, the bodies were reincarnations to be ready to serve as vehicles for the human soul. So we take number of incarnations, right? It's not just 10 lifetimes, 100 lifetimes. It takes n number of incarnations, n number of lifetimes. So during such a period, the light of the monad was providing to the aggregated elements instinct, attraction, repulsion, and tendency to action. The monadic ray, through thousands of incarnations and through the help of the solar angel, begins forming its individuality. So, what is this monad? Who is this monad? So, masters, monad is nothing but the same divine entity which has evolved through so many incarnations, millions and billions of incarnations. It has evolved and it has matured enough that it can be individualized. So, it itself can create, can form souls. It can divide itself into multiple individual entities. So that is what the source has done, right? So source has divided itself into multiple entities to experience. That is how we all have taken births. So we are also evolving to become like the same divine, same source, same almighty. So once we also reach to that state, once we are in a great state where we are also in the position of co-creation. That is when we get individualized as monad. So these monads are there under that supreme consciousness. So they also evolved like us and they individualized themselves. Now they are co-creating. So formation of individuality is nothing else but the formation of human soul, the human being, besides his vehicles. So it has reached such a great state that now it is able to create humans, souls, not humans, souls. We are calling as ourselves as human here. So the great teacher said that individualization took place in the middle of the Lemurian race when solar angels came to this planet to further the evolution of man. So this individualization took place during the Lemurian civilization. So we already learned about Lemurian civilization during one of our civil discussion, right? Just briefly, we had that. point. So during that end of that, or during the middle of that Lemurian race, so this individualization has been taken place. Means solar angel helped them to individualize themselves. So previous to individualization, the monad or the monadic ray had no individuality. And the show was run by physical and astral entities through the monad. Like a flame hanging from a thread was emancipating the human animal. So from the beginning, the flame was there in material, vegetable, and animal kingdoms. So before individualization, everything was run through this physical and astral entities, is what Master is telling. So I don't have much understanding on this monad concept, Masters. So right now I will not be able to give a clear understanding for you. Apologize for that. Just as per my understanding, I'm conveying you. So in each successive kingdom, the monad gained more power until the middle of the Lemurian period, when its power was reinforced by the solar angel. So through number of incarnations, they gain more power, means more understanding, more awareness, more consciousness. So through this Lemurian period, they were being reinforced to be individualize themselves by the solar angels. So solar angels have recognized them and given them authority, additional powers to live as a complete separate entity so that they can co-create by themselves. So we are also in the same path, Masters. One day when we, after so many incarnations, when we realized the same level of awareness, same level of consciousness as that of the source, so then we also will be individualized. And we also start creating entities like us. So there is a hierarchy. So everybody does this. It is part of the process. It is like you are taking the birth and you are growing up, you are getting married. After getting married, again, you start your own family, right? You get married and you again interact with your partner, and then you also create your family. So it is a never-ending process, isn't it? So one day we also evolve to such state and we also become like them, one of the monad. So the destiny of the human being is, so Master is telling about 7 points. To be an independent individuality, like a monad. Cultivate the lives of his vehicles and promote them on the path of evolution. So we have all these vehicles, right? Physical, etheric, astral, mental vehicles. So we need to keep learning. We need to keep training them. We need to evolve and we need to make our bodies, our vehicles also evolve. Because with us, automatically, they also keep evolving. So synchronously, we need to keep making evolution, not just evolving in the physical world, physical body alone. That doesn't help. We have to evolve physically, etherically, astrally, mentally, in all the possible ways. So gain independence and know himself as a separate being from his vehicles and even from the solar engine. So when we came to Earth, when we just started our lives here, we associate ourselves with these vehicles and we think that we are the body. And once we evolve, we understand slowly we are not just these bodies. We have these bodies. We are not the bodies. And we understand we are the souls. We are here to gain experience, to learn, to evolve. to express and cooperate with cosmic laws and cosmic purpose. So we're all here and we are all under the influence of all these cosmic laws. And we have to have some purpose. We all have the purpose, right? We need to align ourselves towards our purpose and making sure that we are obeyed by these laws. We are following these laws. And be a center in the planet or in the body of the solar logos. So we should become like a center. We know that there are number of centers for the planet. Each planet has its own centers. And know his oneness with greater and greater lives. So we all have to experience the oneness. Though we are having different entities, different bodies, different experiences, we all have to realize that we are all part of oneness. And be universal, but conscious of his identity. So we are told that a human soul, a planetary logos, a solar logos, even a galactic logos, reincarnate under similar laws and with similar goals in their life. All the lives forming their body are responsible for their individual labor. So we learned, right? We are not only us taking the lives, taking the incarnations. There are greater living beings like Earth, other solar planets, solar system, galaxies, and universes. There are n number of beings that are there, higher level beings like us. So every being is reincarnating to reach the same goal. Yeah. So Master is telling all our bodies or vehicles have their own notes. So we know about these notes when if any of you have learned about music, they might be very well aware of this. So in the music, we know the different notes. There will be different notes, and each note has a different sound, different vibration, right? So Master is telling all our vehicles have a notes. So in the evolutionary path, these notes are purified, cleared, and eventually reach a state of pure harmony with each other and with higher spheres. So we can consider it like our characters, our behaviors, our attitudes. So we're all in this process of evolution by cleansing ourselves, by purifying ourselves day by day, a bit more, right? So we need to purify ourselves, our notes, our characters, our behaviors. So during the evolutionary process, many disturbances occur among these notes. These notes go through process of purification in the path of evolution. So we are in this process only, masters. We all do mistakes, and we learn through mistakes, and then we evolve. We experience, we learn, and we express, and then we evolve. Experiment, experience, and evolve. Experience, express, and evolve. So that is what we're all here for. We experiment with our experience, our life, and we experience, and we express, and then we evolve. With experimenting, we get so many experiences, but we don't express them properly. We suppress them within us. That is what pain, misery, struggles, our jealousy, our pride, all different negative feelings. Whatever we are suppressing will cause us trouble. We are playing different notes in a different way. We play sometimes in the wrong way, wrong time. So we must remember that each body sustains its life by its own sound or vibration. It is through the sound that the body attracts elements by which to nourish itself, and it is through the sound that the body eliminates or burns away all that is not needed. So whatever we are attracting is because of our own vibration, our own energy. Like attracts like. If you are going through so many negative experiences, negative feelings, negative emotions, we are holding on to them. We are vibrating negatively. So whatever we are, we attract. So we need to understand this very clearly, masters. Life happens to us the way we are. If life is good, then we are in the good vibrations. But if you are experiencing something, then we need to understand we are vibrating with that level. Challenges will come. Are we succumbing to that challenge, or are we progressing with that challenge? Is the question mark. So our karma most probably will hit us almost when we are vibrating lower. So that is the indication that we need to improve our practices. We need to improve our energy. We need to improve our frequency, vibration, our knowledge, our awareness. Only through awareness, only through understanding, we can burn the things that we don't need. Yeah. So as a person's consciousness focuses itself in a certain body, that body becomes the agent of increased attraction to various elements. So at what level you are giving your attention? If you are giving physical attention, your physical body will get benefited out of it, or it may get affected out of it, depending upon what kind of attention you are giving. Similarly, your emotion. Similarly, your mental body, what kind of thoughts you are vibrating with, you are entertaining, you are allowing, you are giving your attention to. So Master is telling, as various elements aggregate in a certain body, an element may become a factor of imbalance in the system, or it become a factor of harmony, or disturb the harmonious development of other bodies, thicken and lose its free function, take the lead for all other bodies, take the human soul as a captive and control its life. So we need to be very much aware. If we are getting affected with our feelings and emotions, we need to see, is it just the only feeling or emotion that is getting affected? Or is it because of any action that we have taken? Or the way we are thinking because of that? Or how we are perceiving the experience? So what is causing the imbalances between all these bodies? So we need to keep checking ourselves, what we are resonating with, how we are causing disturbances, imbalances within us. Yeah, the teaching says that the personality of man is an equal armed cross called the lunar cross, upon which the human soul is crucified. So we all know that crucifixion, right? So in our day-to-day lives also, Master is telling, we are crucifying ourselves with our own thoughts, with our own feelings, with our own emotions, with our own actions. Means wrong actions, wrong feelings, wrong emotions, wrong thoughts. So the task of a human soul is to resurrect himself from that cross through surrounding the note of pure light, love, and power, making the four bodies synthesize their notes with his note. It is like someone is starting their course or learning some music instrument. So obviously, we will not be able to play it properly. We make destructive sounds out of it, right? It may cause so much embarrassing or so much disturbances. But we need to keep practicing so that we can master them. We can play in a righteous way, the right note at the right time. So we're all doing the same thing, masters, in our lives. The human soul must be enlightened in such a degree that it balances and purifies the notes of all those four bodies, preventing the accumulation of unneeded elements. Very, very important. Unnecessary things we pay more attention to. Whatever we don't want, we pay more attention to them than what we wanted or what we needed. So, unnecessary things, what we are paying attention to, that is what we need to pay attention, understand. To what we are giving our attention to, our focus to, that is what we need to keep checking. And we need to shift our focus to something that helps us, that nourishes us, that uplifts us physically, mentally, emotionally, astrally. Yeah, as students of wisdom, we must try to understand that our actions are notes, our emotions are notes, our words are notes, our thoughts are notes. If these notes are surrounded by wrong motive or in negative intentions, they draw corresponding involuntary lives, involutionary lives, are substances to themselves and make the progress of the human soul very painful and difficult. So we create our own life masters with our own thoughts, feelings, emotions, and deeds. So we need to keep checking upon ourselves. That is why we need to be aware, first of all. So each and everything matters, each and everything counts. The way we speak, the words we use, and the things we listen also. It is like touching someone is not by physical touch alone, right? If you say something profound, something wonderful, something uplifting, you are touching their hearts. So touch is not just physical, right? It can be mental, emotional as well. So in all ways, we are getting affected or we are getting benefited. So our anger, hate, fear, jealousy, revenge, slander, malice, treason, greed, vanity, egotism are nothing else but negatively polarized destructive sounds, and they draw destructive elements to the personality, bringing mental, emotional, etheric, and physical diseases. So if you are not feeling well, if you are not feeling good, or you are being sick for a long time, physically, mentally, emotionally. So there is something that we need to correct within ourselves. Any kind of experience that we are experiencing in our lives, we need to take responsibility for that, masters. It doesn't matter when it has occurred, how it has occurred, who has caused you. Unless otherwise, we take the responsibility for our life, for our experiences, for our feelings, for our emotions, for our thoughts, for our body position, for our disabilities. Not just physical disabilities, these are all disabilities, mental disabilities. So disability is not just something that is physical. So all this, whatever we are holding on to, our pride, jealousy, ego, fear, anger, these are all mental disabilities. They don't help us to progress. They drag us down, they weigh us down. So we need to keep checking ourselves, what kind of disabilities, mental disabilities we are having. Our emotional disabilities, traumas. So all our traumas, wounds, inner wounds, the so-called things we are calling ourselves, right? Everything is because of our own thing, masters. It is our own responsibility. Though it is caused by somebody else, it seems that it is because of somebody else has given you that experience. Nobody has given you that experience. It has came to you through them. They are not the reason, but through them it has brought to your life, to your experience. So don't look at the person. Just look at yourself. What that experience is telling you. What is that something you have to learn from it? Even if you don't understand it, accept it first of all. In life, we can't understand everything because you are not ready to understand. You don't have the capacity to understand. To understand that particular subject, particular thing, you may need 1,000 volts energy, but you don't have that much energy to hold it, to hold on to that understanding. You have only 10 volts energy with you. So how can that 1,000 volt energy will be given to you? You will be burnt. Better not known. We need to understand this thing, masters. Unless otherwise we are capable of holding that higher truth, highest understanding, that will not be given to us. But the experience will be given to us so that you learn from that. Because we are not accepting ourselves, not accepting our own experiences, our own feelings, our own emotions, our own deeds that we did in the past. So we have chosen those experiences to learn from that. So nobody has given you that experience. You have chosen that. You know it very well. Your soul knows it very well. But here we are not able to realize it because we are not connected to our soul. So we have to start taking the responsibility for our experiences. Whether you understand it or not, accept it first thing. Allow it. Be with it. Only then the healing starts, masters. When we keep fighting, healing will not happen at all. So healing is not something that comes from outside. Unless otherwise it is through your own experience, that can never be a healing at all. It may come back again, even if you get some healing through something else, some other methods. So self-healing is very important. So to get self-healing, you should be ready. You should be able to accept yourself, accept your experiences, accept your life the way it is. Accept yourself the way you are. That is when self-healing starts. That is when the life happens to us. So the duty of human soul is to purify ourselves. So we have to purify ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally, in all these aspects. Only then we can liberate ourselves. We get stuck with this physical body, with our emotions, with our mental thoughts. We think this is me. This pain is me. So beyond the personality or beyond the lunar class, we have the higher vehicles, which again fourfold and are called divine, monadic, atmic, intuitional. So monadic means immediately after divine, monads comes into picture, masters. So these are the spiritual levels, spiritual vehicles, higher vehicles. So these vehicles also have the notes, but at such a frequency that the lower lunar vehicles cannot hear them unless they are purified, transformed, and spiritualized. So we're all vibrating with this lower frequencies, lower vibrations. Unless otherwise we cleanse ourselves, we purify ourselves, we raise our energy, we raise our vibrations, we cannot reach to the spiritual levels. So these higher notes manifest as virtues, as energies, and try to impress the human soul that he is in fact connected with the higher worlds. These higher notes work through will, purpose, motive, and intention. So these are the four energies that prepare the human soul and help him to redeem himself from the lower square. So these are the four important energies that Master is speaking about. First thing is will, then purpose, motive, and intention. So these are the higher level notes that we all need to cultivate. We all need to uh, embrace, and we need to develop them. So the will energy puts the human soul in contact with the cosmic magnet. The purpose energy puts him in contact with the purpose of the solar life. Motive is an accumulated purpose which manifests through that which we call intention. So unless otherwise we are connected with our cosmic magnet, our will not be improved. We will not be able to have a greater will. And unless otherwise we align ourselves to our purpose, the purpose will not be activated within us. As long as we keep choosing the lower level things, all the materialistic world, when we are stuck with the materialistic worldly things, or when we are associating ourselves with all these materialistic worlds, physical, mental, emotional, we will not be able to reach, we will not be able to understand our highest purpose, and we will not be able to activate our willpower to such a great extent. So we need to cultivate all these things. Only when we are able to purify ourselves, cleanse ourselves regularly, and raise our vibrations, our awareness, this starts activating, masters. So we have a fourfold process. We have will, we have purpose, we have motive, we have intentions. Purpose is the dominant note in our solar system. It is the foundation of the will of the cosmic magnet in the solar system, solar field. Because purpose is the highest thing. We all have the great purpose. After having the purpose only, we come down. Without purpose, nobody will take any birth at all. And motive is the translation of the purpose. Often it is called the plan. Intention is the actual carrier into actualization of this plan or motive. So when we are aligning ourselves towards our purpose, our motives changes, masters, towards the better, towards the higher, which will be actualized with the plan. So when we have that great plan, great intentions will come. Great intentions will arise within ourselves. So these are all things happens automatically, master. It's not something that we have to put efforts separately. But only thing we need to keep practicing, keep focusing is making sure that we are in the right path, in the righteous direction, with righteous efforts, with righteous intentions, without causing any disturbance to existence, to anyone, including yourself. The human soul is often forced by the will, purpose, motive, and intentions of the personality or personality vehicles, and his note is not clear. So when we are associating with our wrong intentions, wrong understandings, we will not be able to achieve a greater level of life here. Master, I will just take another 5 to 10 minutes. I will close this. So his purpose is wrong. His plan is wrong. His intention is not in harmony with the pure note of the higher spheres. So as long as we are not moving towards the right direction with right intentions, with righteous focus, we will not be in a correct path and will be misleading in wrong directions. So it is our own responsibility because we will be having all the righteous notes and the wrong notes. We know when we have the musical instrument, we play with the wrong notes, with the wrong way, right? With wrong timings. We keep practicing with practice, more and more practice, we'll be able to achieve, we'll be able to understand how to play correctly and what times we have to play, what is the right time, and what is the right note we need to play during that time. Similarly, in our lives also, we learn through experiences. Because by doing the wrong things only, we know what is the right thing to do. And we will be able to understand the value of the right thing to do. If you straight away able to do right thing, you will not be able to realize the value of it, masters. Because you haven't experienced the wrong thing. So you don't value it. But when you do the wrong thing and you correct yourself and make it right, then you will realize the value of it. And you will never forget it. So that's why we all learn through making wrong things, wrong actions, wrong understandings, and we correct ourselves. So the human soul in his core has all 7 notes and their octaves in audible and inaudible ranges. So we create our body through sound, through permanent atoms. Permanent atoms are helping us to recreate our bodies when we are reincarnating. So as we restore everything, whatever we were before, right? The same level. So if you are destructive, we will be having a destructive experiences here. So as the sound is filtered through the permanent atoms and chakras, it loses certain of its notes, and the vehicles are created not as a result of complete notes, but by partial notes. So when I have done something very wrong in our previous lifetimes, when we are creating our bodies, they will not be in a proper shape. They will not be in a proper frequency because we have brought disturbance from the past lives. So we'll not be able to play correctly. We'll not be able to live life in a proper way. So the lacking notes in the bodies become the areas of trouble and disease. So we need to work upon ourselves through experiences. Whenever we pursue them in the righteous way, whenever we accept the things the way they are and understand and learn from them, that is when we transform ourselves towards the better. So the defects appear in the sphere of our consciousness as dark spots. So we all have to work through our experiences, masters. Only through our experiences only we can understand we have that malice within us, that negativity within us, that wrong things, whatever we have done, are within us. So they are all there to tell us that this is what you are. But we don't like it and we don't accept it. That's when we start fighting. And we create much more miserable things. So these notes can be given artificially to cure the illness and raise the person's consciousness. But because the sound is both destructive and creative, utmost care must be taken before the use of the sound. So this is what I was telling masters. When you are supposed to learn something, but instead of learning it with your own effort, you are taking help of somebody else in the name of healing. So you may get healed temporarily, but since you haven't learned your lesson, you will repeat your mistakes. Unless otherwise you are very, very conscious and you are putting your efforts and you are correcting inner and you are working upon your inner as well and making sure you are not doing anything wrong and correcting yourself regularly, continuously, then you can live a better life and you can change your inner as well. But unless otherwise, we don't put any efforts, but we just taking the help of some tool, some other person's help, and we are getting healed and we are living our life like how we lived before, then the effect will be much more devastating, much more destructive, masters. So this is what we need to understand, because master is clearly telling the sound is both destructive and creative. Utmost care must be taken care, because we are all vibrations, we are all energies. So we have to be very, very careful in this aspect. So the sound must be used in its destructive as well as its creative actives. So master is telling we need both the aspects, destructive active, creative active. When the destructive aspect to destroy viruses, microbes, germs, and so on. And at the same time, creative aspect to strengthen the healthy cells and atoms in the vehicles. So we need both of them, because creation comes with the destruction, right? You need to recreate means something has to be destroyed. So in one life, you will not be able to learn everything. So you need to dissolve this body and you have to create again. So we need both of them. Creation also needed, destruction also needed. But when, what has to be used, how it has to be used, that is something we need to cultivate. We need to understand. Okay, masters. Sorry, I have took long time today. Thank you all, masters. Hope you are all able to understand whatever we are discussing. Thank you all once again. If you have anything to share or any clarification you needed, you can ask masters. Thank you all. Thank you all for your messages, masters. Thank you, Daksha madam. Yeah.
Hello. I thought that is I'm finding the hardest subject to study and know about it. Because so far in my life, I've never, come to a so complicated kind of. It's so complicated to me. But the last one, I thought the will and the purpose and all these, the four things. And that was really, then it clicked to me, like a jigsaw, something. Sometimes it fits some the part missing. So that made it very clear. And I
Yeah,
think everything comes, there have a purpose that comes in the right time in your life. So
correct.
maybe I needed this, and I started the last year, November, joining the meditation class. So
Wonderful.
maybe that this the time I was needed this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Mom has started. She has told me that she will put me on the WhatsApp, but I'm not on the WhatsApp. Can you? How will I get on the and the group? And where can I?
Can you share your number here, madam, in the chat so that we
I
can
don't
add you?
know, but I will try to do that. I will ask my son how to do that. Then I will send the number to you. I try to type, but I don't understand. So I'll try to do
Okay.
that.
Otherwise, if you know anyone, you can share to them so that they can share to me.
Okay, I'll try.
In that way, we can add
Because
your
I
number.
phoned Padma mom because I had her phone number
Okay, okay.
to put me on that, but she said I will put it, but she must. She's so busy, so
Yeah,
she
she
must
might have forgot definitely.
that. I saw her this
Yeah.
morning on the uh, morning,
Okay,
meditation.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Understood.
I didn't want to open and talk to her because there was something else going on. So, but I'm very grateful and thank you to all because I need this, because
Yeah, yeah. You are
because
ready for this subject. That's why you are able to join masters.
you and I perhaps this is my time, and because I knew very simple purpose that don't do any bad thing, don't harm, and like mansa, vacha, and karma, like three ways thinking of action or doing bad thing. So I didn't know in that much detail how the body progress slowly and all this. So I'm really it's a nice subject, but it's very difficult to. It will take time. But if I
Yeah,
read
yeah, definitely.
again and again, if I get the text, that I will read them, and then I will know more. But thank you very much
Thank
for
you very much.
everything, Master. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
So, masters, one more point to add here actually. So, it is not that we choose the subject chooses us. So, unless otherwise one is ready to understand that subject or one is ready to receive that subject, they will not be able to join any sessions, masters. So,
True.
those, yeah, subject, it is not that you have chosen the subject, subject also has chosen you. The karma subject has chosen you because you are now ready to receive it, to understand it to some extent. If not completely, slowly you will be able to understand it. Yeah. So that is also one more important thing we need to understand.
Because
Because
I
each book is like a great master actually. It has a great energies. Each book carries certain energies, masters. So unless otherwise we are ready to receive that energy, we are vibrating or we are resonating with that energy, we can't read that book. We can't understand that book. Similarly, those who are attending the sessions, they're all ready to receive the energy of the book, of the subject. So subject also chooses the master.
it's
So
very good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Really, thank you.
What I seem to remember is just one sentence from Deepak Chopra. You've heard of Deepak Chopra, haven't you?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Great master.
And one of the things he said in his lecture was how much in tune is your body and your whole being in harmony with the nature.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
start to question. You see, you need to watch yourself. Are you in
Correct.
tune with the nature, your surroundings, with everything?
Yeah. Yeah.
makes you realize that we need to create this music to be in harmony, to change our tunes. And
Exactly.
to change the tunes requires a lot of awareness. There's no doubt about it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very well said. Thank you. Thank you very
I'm,
much.
yeah, I'm still trying to work on myself. Thank you so much. What you're giving us, it's a lot of food for thought. Thank you so much.
Yeah. We're all learning from Master Tarkam Sarada. We're all really, really grateful. Such a wonderful subject and so much depth Master was giving.
How do you spell his name? Talcum.
Tarkom. Tarkom.
Right.
Yeah, Tarkom Saraidarian. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Masters. If no other questions or nothing to share, we are good to close. Happy night, all of you, Masters. We'll connect again tomorrow.
Dhanyavad,
Shubhratri. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad, Shubhratri.
Shubhratri. Thank you. See you tomorrow.